The Last Wall, also called the Last Wall Protocol, was a secret stratagem of the Imperial Fist Space Marine chapter that called for all successor chapters of the Imperial Fist Space Marine Legion to reunite in the event that Terra itself came under grave threat. The protocol was enacted during the War of the Beast in M32. Following the adoption of the Codex Astartes in the early decades of the 31st millennium, the ancient Space Marine legions were divided up into separate chapters. These smaller forces were created so no single commander could ever fully deploy the power of a Space Marine legion, as happened during the Horus Heresy. During this time, the Imperial Fist Primarch Rogel Dawn secretly laid foundations for an emergency protocol known as the Last Wall. It was a contingency plan intended to be only used if the Imperium was ever brought to the brink of annihilation, as happened during the Horus Heresy. The Last Wall Protocol was laid down by Rogel Dawn in secret, in direct contravention to the prescribed dictates of the Codex Astartes and oaths sworn after the heresy when Rabuta Guilliman's reforms of the Imperium were enacted. The Last War Protocol could result in condemnation of those who dared follow its dictates as the traitors to the Imperium. The Last War was only enacted in the event that Terra should face a grave threat, or perhaps even have fallen to an unknown foe. The Sons of Dawn would come together to deal with the matter, reforging the 7th Legion of old. Though the Space Marine legions had been broken apart by the Imperial decree, the Imperial Fist successor chapters would remember and come together in the last place their enemies would ever look for them, a place that lived long in the memory of Rogel Dawn's sons, the Thal system. The protocol was activated during the War of the Beast in M32, which saw the galaxy invaded by an Orc War that rampaged across the Imperium on an unfathomable scale. The number of attacks grew until it became the greatest greenskin invasion that the galaxy had ever known, eclipsing even that defeated by the Primarch Horus Lupercal upon the world of Ulinor in M31 during the final years of the Great Crusade. At the appointed time, the Imperial Fists, Black Templars, Crimson Fists, Excoriators, Iron Knights, Fist Exemplar, and the Soul Drinkers all gathered in the Thal system. The activation of the protocol was considered controversial at the time, even amongst the Imperial Fist successor chapters. The High Marshal of the Black Templars, Beaumont, made his displeasure known when it was enacted by the Imperial Fist chapter master Corland, the last Son of Dawn. He obeyed the formal summons only reluctantly. Bowman felt that his chapter's first duty should be to the continuation of their never-ending galaxy-wide Imperial crusade against the enemies of mankind, as dictated by his chapter's founder, Sigismund. Likewise, the acting first captain Zerubin of the Fist Exemplar abhorred the Last War Protocol. It was his chapter's founder, Oryx Dantalion, who had convinced Rogel Dawn of the wisdom of adopting the Codex Astartes and allowing for the division of the 7th Legion into separate chapters. Despite their misgivings, all the Scions of Dawn understood that the War of the Beast represented the dire situation for which their Primarch had created the protocol. The Imperium was beset by a foe likely to triumph over all other Imperial forces. No single Astartes chapter could stand against this menace, so the bonds of the old Legion had to be joined once more. The so-called Last Wall chapters suffered heavy casualties during the prosecution of the War of the Beast. However, each donated a portion of their strength to help rebuild the Imperial Fist chapter after it had been destroyed on the world of Armantia before the start of the conflict. The War of the Beast currently represents the only time the Imperial Fist successor chapters have enacted the Last Wall Protocol.